Captain's log, stardate 42469b. After reaching the Korean sector, we have discovered a strange world inhabited only by a solitary creature who calls himself the Artist. This life form has a strange behavioral pattern of staring at a blank canvas followed by busying himself with seemingly unimportant tasks.
I need to clean my windseals.
He values light above all else, which we discovered when Commander Data accidentally stepped in front of his light source. Communication continues to be difficult, but progress has been made with offerings of hot beverages.
Tea. Ooh, oh great. Hot.
For now, we will continue observations in a hope to one day understand this life form's true nature.
Hi guys, welcome back. Harry Jacobs here. Hope you enjoyed that little skit at the start. It was a silly idea. It was fun to make. I did have to make do with what I had available to me, because the original plan was to get Patrick Stewart in and a whole crew and do it all properly with visual effects and everything. But Patrick was busy. Right, this is the number his agent gave me, so let's give this a go.
Yes?
Hi there, am I talking to Captain Jean-Luc Picard?
No, this is Patrick.
So anyway, today I thought I would show you a bit of space art, or how to do some basic space art, some nice easy techniques that you can pick up and have a go at yourself. So I've got the canvas here all ready to go. I've put a layer of black gesso over the canvas, left it to dry completely, just give us a black background. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, let's get started. Okay, as usual, I'm using acrylic paints today. We are starting with 3 colours on the palette. Ignore that had absolutely nothing to do with me accidentally forgetting to push record on my camera and having to then paint over what I'd already been painting for about half an hour with gesso, which I've just had to wet to dry before I could then start all over again from scratch. So what we've got carbon black, we've got some phthalo blue and some titanium white. That's all we need for now just to get started. So this is quite a larger size 14 round brush. And what I've got here is two jars of water. We've got one jar which we're going to use purely for wetting our brush or brushes, and this one is purely for cleaning our brushes. Very important if you try and wet your brush. You'll see in a bit, if I start trying to wet my brush with dirty water, then I'll end up dragging all that dirty water onto the canvas, which we do not want. So I'm going to wet my brush a little bit. This really helps get a smoother application to the canvas. And we're just going to grab some phthalo blue. We'll go up to the canvas and we'll just pick somewhere where we think the light's going to be coming from. So I'm going to pick around here. Just do a big circle. Big rough circle of phthalo blue. Now we are going to be going for like a kind of a smoky, dusty environment here. So it doesn't matter about it being perfect round. Just going to wet the canvas a bit as well. Just give it a little mist. I've got a little spray bottle atomizer thing here which I use to just mist up the canvas a little bit. That will do. Now I'm going to take one of these. This is actually just a decorator's brush, but I find this perfect for the application, which I'm going to show you here. The little technique I use. So again, just wetten the brush, squeeze out the excess moisture, and we can just go in here with little swirly motions. Just smooth all this out. I'm being quite light, not putting too much pressure into it. just want to, and it's a little bit hard to see with the phthalo blue at the moment. And then we're going to take this large flat brush, it's very, very soft, and we're just going to smooth over everything. One direction, then the other. Okay, it's not looking like very much at the moment, but don't worry, it will come together. Right, now we want to go into a lighter colour, so we're going to take some titanium white, mix a little bit of phthalo blue in with it, just a smidge. We're going to do effectively the same thing on your hands. Just you're going to get dirty hands, but that's fine. You know, just judge how much moisture there is in the brush, just on the palm of your hand. Because using this technique, it's really a matter of balance of how much moisture you have in your brush and on the canvas and in your paint. It's about getting a balance between those three things, because definitely don't want too little moisture, but you don't want too much. And there you go, this is about right, this is about perfect. Okay, so anybody who saw my last video where I painted my keytar, this is basically going to be the same kind of scene as I painted on the keytar, except it's going to be on a canvas. Unfortunately, this will not be as cool because it's not painted on a keytar, but it being on canvas, it will allow me to get a slightly nicer finish to it, hopefully. I think now I want to expand this sort of dusty, smoky, light-filled area. Okay, so I've got some string. I don't know, what is this? Stuff. Any kind of string or yarn or anything like that will do. I'm going to just tie it around the paintbrush. Now, so what we want to go do here is I'm going to add in a planet. So I'm going to hold one end just wherever I want the center of the planet to be, and then we can use that as a nice easy compass to make a nice. So just sketch it out before you put any paint down. Just trying to figure out where you like the look of a planet, whether you want a nice big one or just a tiny, maybe here. I reckon about there will be good. Yeah. Okay, you need to decide what colour your planet's going to be. So I want mine to be kind of a purpley colour. So I'm going to take some, whatever this is, some cadmium red. Whoop. Chuck that one. If we mix that with a bit of phthalo blue, then we should have a nice sort of lavender-ish colour. That's sort of what I've got in mind anyway. Okay, so I don't like how that's mixing with the phthalo blue. It's not making the colour that I really wanted, so I'm going to use some Pacific blue instead. Really, your planet can be any colour you like. Just green one would work well. Red, an orangey kind of colour maybe, but now I'm going to go over and just follow the edge that we've just painted in. Okay, then our trusty decorator's brush. Give it a bit of a ooh, and that's picking up some blue, which was a little bit accidental, but I'm okay with that. Because this area is where the light from the star is going to be shining across, so we want this area to be a little bit more blue anyway. Okay, before we put any more detail on the planet, I'm going to go over here where it's dry and add some little asteroids, I guess. What would you call it? I mean, we're going for like a ring system. This is basically a ringed planet, and we're going to be sort of deep inside the ring system of the planet, looking close up at the giant bits of rock that are making up its ring system. And just pick some random places and just do some random kind of rocky shapes, but pointing towards where the light's coming from. So maybe around here. I guess the only rule really would be pick a direction. So I'm imagining that the ring system is kind of going around the planet in this direction, because it will be a flat disk in reality. When you're looking at, imagine the rings of Saturn. It looks like a really thin flat disk, but when you get up close to it, it's filled with giant rocks like this. So you want to imagine where the kind of the plane of that disk is going to be, and concentrate most of the smaller rocks along that plane, and then larger rocks will be, because they're closer, will be further up and down. Okay, now we're going to put some clouds on a planet, so we want a very light version of whatever colour you use to make the planet with. Just mix a very light version of that up. Don't need much of it. Right, let's go. Let's try and put some more definition into these rocks. So we're going to get a nice pale blue colour, white and phthalo blue. Okay, for this next bit, you're going to want everything that you've done so far to be completely bone dry, because what we're going to be doing is putting some lighting effects over the top, make that star look like it's really shining. I am going to use this, which is the back of an old picture frame. I'm just going to use it to make a straight edge. Any, a long ruler would be fine. I don't have a long ruler, so I'm going to use this. I want it to be pretty, almost straight phthalo blue, maybe a little bit of white in there. We want a dead horizontal line, or as close to horizontal as we can make it. We're going to try and get this to blend out nice and gently. Sometimes when you're doing delicate, sort of precise work like this, it's better to tap the paint on rather than try and brush it. You try and brush the paint on, you're going to end up bending the bristles of the brush. You can end up putting paint where you don't really want it to go. You just tap it on. I'm going to need to find some round objects now that I can paint around. So, and I want them of various sizes, large and small. So bear with me. Okay, I've got round things of various sizes. I've also added a very small amount of permanent green to my palette. Lens flares, because we're doing like the round kind of artifacts, as they're trying to remember what they're called. Round artifacts that you get in lens flares, and they can be they're all bits of different colours all over the place. So a little bit of green, but not too much. Obviously, we're not going to be using a huge amount, just a tiny bit. I'm going to come down at like a 45-degree angle. Because it's important you get all of your circles in this straight line. This will be about perfect. So you want to kind of just horizontally get just a little bit of moisture. Just a touch. Cool. That's it. That's what we want. Just a little shimmer to it. Okay, now if you're feeling more brave, just add a couple of spots of some really garish colour. Kind of chuck in some of this green. Let's pick another sized circle and we'll do the same thing, basically. Rinse and repeat with a few more circles in different placements. Okay, I would say we've nearly got a finished painting here. I'm just going to fiddle around with some finishing touches for a while, but I'll see you on the other side and we can have a proper look at this. Oh my god, I nearly forgot the best bit. The best bit. We gotta add some stars, right? We gotta add some stars to the background. And there we have it, one completed painting. I hope you're able to follow along, learn a couple of techniques and have a go at this yourself. And if you're interested, this painting will be for sale on my website, which is probably there. And if you want to see what I'm up to day to day, then my socials are down there as well. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you're new. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is actually the second time I've done this tutorial because I actually had a video all ready to go, all edited, rendered, ready to upload, and then at the last minute I decided it wasn't good enough, so I decided to start from scratch and have another go at it, and I'm so glad I did, because this has come out better than I hoped. So hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to catch you next time, but until then, cheerio.